10 RV DIY projects, hacks, and upgrades that you're going to want to know about. So don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Wait. If you're one of our subscribers, well, welcome back. And if not, if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. I'm Chris, and today I want to talk to you about 10 RV DIY hacks, projects, and upgrades that we've done over 4 years of full-time RV living. Some of these are pretty cool, some of them are pretty simple, so we're just going to hit on them real quick and go through them. And let's just go ahead and start with number 1. First up on the list is water shutoffs, installing water shutoffs throughout your RV. Now, if you have a newer RV, there's a good chance you may have these, but a lot of the RVs don't come with these pre-installed, and I don't know why. So a nice little project that you can do is just buy some of these ball valves right here, get yourself some PEX cutters, a PEX crimp tool, and everything you need to do this project, and you can install these nice little ball valve shutoffs on your hot and cold water lines on all your faucets, your shower, your toilet, a washing machine if you have it. This way, if you need to tackle a project or you have an issue with the toilet or you want to change out, say, your faucet in your bathroom, you don't need to shut down the water to the whole camper. You can simply go behind the toilet and turn off the water, or go underneath your cabinet and shut off the water to the sink. That way you can go ahead and work on whatever project you want to do. This is just a nice little easy DIY project, and if you want to check out the full-length video on how to do this, I'll put a link to that right up here. I'll also have it in the video description, as well as any other items that we talk about today. We'll have Amazon links down below, as well as links to some of my videos where we get into more depth on some of these projects. Okay, number 2 on the list, and this is an RV upgrade. That's going to be the Nautilus retractable shower door. This is from a company called Stow-It, and we recently installed this a few months ago, and this thing is great. We used to have the heavy-duty glass doors in there with, you know, the nasty tracks that you always have to clean. Those doors weigh 50 pounds, they rattle, they're dirty, they're a pain in the butt to clean. We took them out, we saved some weight in our RV, and we installed this retractable shower door. So far, this thing's been great. It was a pretty easy install. It only weighs about 6 pounds. It's self-cleaning, so you don't have to worry about ever cleaning it. It's lightweight. We can't say enough about this. If you haven't seen this item, go check out our video where we do the installation process, because I think you're really going to like this one. It's one of our favorite upgrades that we've ever done to the RV over 4 years. Okay, number 3, and that's going to be our RV air conditioning modification that we did. This is by far my favorite project that we ever did on the camper. This project is going to help cool your RV in the summertime so much faster, and it only costs about $10 to $12. Now, depending on what air conditioning unit you have, you may or may not be able to do this project. But the whole idea is it's just going to increase how much air is going through your ducts and push the air out faster to where it needs to get going. So again, there's a whole video on this. In fact, it's our most popular video. A link right up here to go check that out when you're done if this is a project that you're interested in doing. I can't say enough how much this has helped keep our RV a lot cooler in the summertime. It's not a difficult project. It takes maybe a few hours, and it's very cheap, and it's going to save you an energy cost if you are paying an RV electric bill, and it's just going to keep you cooler in the summertime. So if there's anything you take away from this video, I hope it's that project right there. Go check it out, because it's a game changer when it comes to summertime in these RVs. Number 4 on our list of RV DIY projects, hacks, and upgrades you can do, and this is a quick one, and you've probably seen this before, and actually a lot of the newer RVs are already doing this. But 4 years ago, this wasn't pretty standard with the RVs, and that is putting a hinge on your basement door so you have access to all of your plumbing, your water heater, and any essential items that are back there. Without having this hinge wall, you would have to take out a bunch of screws, pull the wall away to go see what's going on back there, if you have any leaks or repairs that you have to do. By just putting a couple simple hinges on this wall, we can now open the wall easily, get back there, check on our plumbing. We have water alarm detectors back here which actually let us know if something is leaking, and now we have easy access to get back there and check it out and fix the problem. So that's just a quick one, but it's a nice little idea if you don't have a hinged wall or some sort of quick access to get back behind the walls in your basement. And before we jump into the next one, hey, comment down below. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know about your RV hacks and DIY projects that you've done around your RV, because I love that kind of stuff, and I'm always looking to improve and make the RV life easier. So now, number 5 and 6 are going to be if you have a mid-bunk, and well, they may not be specifically for mid-bunk, but for us they are. And the first one I'm going to talk about is this fan that we installed. Anybody who has a mid-bunk unit knows that that room runs a lot hotter because there is no ceiling, there is no attic space. You're basically living in the slide out where the ceiling is really thin. Most mid-bunks only have one air-conditioned duct, and it has to come down a few feet from the rest of the air duct system. So a lot of times that air is going around the main duct system, but it's not being forced or pushed down that few feet into the mid-bunk room. So what we did was we installed a little fan, and what you want to do is get up in there, usually get up in your loft. You can open this area up. We installed this fan, and what that does is actually suck the air and force the cold air down into the mid-bunk, thus cooling it down quicker. And this is one modification that we made that really helped with that. And number 6, again, sticking with the mid-bunk theme, as you can see we have the air return for our furnace right here, which in the summertime, all you do is feel hot air coming back in through here. In the summertime, the basement holds heat, and that heat just blows right through here. So one thing we did was we just simply took some cardboard, put some Reflectix on it, and we keep it in here in the summertime just to block all that hot air from just pumping into his bedroom. Now just make sure in the wintertime, when you go to use your propane furnace and it's time to run the furnace again, you do not want to keep this in here restricting the airflow. You need to take this back out. That way the air can flow. But during the summertime, if you're done running your propane heat and you have a air return like this that goes right into your basement, usually in these mid-bunk units is where it's located, just putting up some sort of block, some sort of Reflectix to keep that hot air from just flowing into the room is going to help keep the camper cooler. Number 7 brings us right over to the freezer right here, and that's where this little RV hack is going to come into play, and that is these flexible cutting mats right here. So we bought a few of these, and we have about 5 or 6 of them on the back wall in our freezer. Now, if you have a residential fridge and freezer, this isn't a problem. Now, for those of us that have a propane and electrical fridge and freezer, you know that the freezer is going to frost up. There's nothing you can really do about that. That's just how these work, and it can be a pain in the butt to defrost every few months. Well, if you take these and line a few of them against the back wall of the freezer, when it does come time to defrost, it's going to take about 5 minutes. You can check out this video right here where we go through the process. Very simple. Just start peeling them off. All the ice on the back wall breaks off, and you have a defrosted freezer in no time. Number 8, staying right over here with the fridge and freezer. A little project I did on the refrigerator when we first got the camper. I noticed my refrigerator wasn't cooling down, it wasn't staying cool, which I always recommend keeping some sort of thermometer in there, or one of those Accurite thermometers where you can read it outside of the fridge. But needless to say, I noticed our fridge was hovering around 50 no matter what we did. Thought there was something wrong with the fridge. Turned out I could feel cold air coming out of the crack. And when we go to close the fridge, the little flap was not closing, it was not engaging. Well, it turns out that the fridge door needed to be raised up on one end to push it up so that, as you can see right here, that way the flap catches in this little groove and closes the flap, making it a nice tight seal. Well, all we had to do to fix that was take the door off. You can just pop this plastic piece off right here, drop a couple of washers onto this part right here, then put the door back on. That lifts the fridge door up just enough so that the top of the fridge door engages in that groove, closes the flap, keeping things sealed, keeping things cold. Just a quick little problem in case anybody's ever run across that. I've had a few people mention it, so keep that in mind. Number 9 on the list, and this is going to take us outside. This is a little hack that me and my wife like to use when backing up the RV. Now, we recently just got a backup camera, but the preferred method that I still like when backing up the RV is just simply using our phones to dial each other and call and use FaceTime. It's just simply using our phones to dial each other and call and use FaceTime. Any sort of video chat, whether you have an Android or just iPhone FaceTime, all that person has to do is stand back there and hold the camera up so that it's pointing at the back of the RV. I'll have my camera in the truck so I can talk, and we can use voice commands, we can talk to each other, but I can also see exactly what she's seeing. I'm not looking at a backup camera from a high view looking backwards. I'm actually looking at the back of my RV as it's moving, and as I'm driving, I can actually see where the back of my RV is going and everything around me. This is a hack that I just like to use. It just seems to work out well for us. There's also a link to that video down below so you can kind of see it and check it out. Just a great way to back the RV if you need a little more confidence doing that. Number 10, the last one on the list, that's going to be some polyurethane foam, also known as foam backer rod. This stuff is great to have around the RV for multiple uses, but the best thing for us is we like to put it right underneath our slide outs. We have some elevated slide outs where little things like Legos like to go. So by using this in our mid-bunk room, in our kitchen, that's going to keep any rocks, Legos, dog food, anything you don't want getting underneath those slide outs, because when you go to put those slide outs in, if If you have things caught underneath there, there's a good chance it can tear up your floors. So we simply just pop this in when we get where we're going, and then it just simply pulls out when it's time to go. Make sure you put it on your checklist, that way before you put the slides in, you can go ahead and pull it out, and as you can see, anything that was hiding under there is going to come out with it. And that's everything, guys. That's just 10 little RV DIY projects, hacks, some upgrades that we've done over 4 years of full-time RVing. Hope you guys liked the video, and as always, get out there, start your full-time RV adventure, because why wait? See you guys around.